Hello, my name is Martin Laws, and I'm the director of the Integrative GIM Training Programme. And in this video, I'm going to introduce our certificate in GIM Adaptations. So the first thing to say about this is that this training differs from the training in music and imagery that we offer. So our course is in supportive and re-educative music and imagery. And those particular methods involve the client in art making whilst they're listening to music. And although they can be considered GIM adaptations, the techniques which we teach on this course derive more closely from the Bonney method of guided imagery and music. So the Bonney method of GIM, that's the original GIM method that was developed by Helen Bonney in the 1970s. And what she did is to combine a number of different techniques together to create her method. And it's certainly a very powerful method of transformational depth psychotherapy, but it's not always suitable for clients, and it doesn't always provide the type of therapeutic experience that clients most need, especially the kind of clients that many music therapists work with. So this is why over the years, the Bonney method has been modified and adapted in many different ways with music and imagery, MI methods, and other adaptations increasingly important in contemporary practice. They're probably more important, I would say, in European practice in terms of meeting client need, where it's mostly music therapists who practice GIM. So these GIM adaptations involve the different elements of the Bonney method and its associated techniques being modified, sometimes simplified, as well as developed and expanded where elements may be separated out or combined in new ways. So the adaptations that we teach on this course, the aim of these is supportive or resource oriented. So that could be to support clients' mental health or well-being generally, including managing anxiety or stress or depression, managing the ongoing impact of abuse and trauma, including PTSD. And this often involves the regulation of the autonomic nervous system. However, it's not just mental health, but also physiological health that these techniques can help with. So, for example, to help with pain management or managing chronic health conditions. So there could be a role in cancer care or treatment, for example. And there's a lot of research across different professions, in fact, showing how techniques of the type that we teach can increase things like heart rate variability, reduce blood pressure, improve oxygen saturation and lung function, reduce chronic inflammation, boost the immune system, and so on. So these techniques are useful to support both mental and physiological health. The techniques we teach can be used with children and with adults, with individuals and with groups. The idea being that you'll be able to integrate the techniques within your existing practice. I should say that it's important to be aware that suitable clients will be those able to follow the therapist's verbal guidance to engage with the techniques taught. We will talk about how to adapt some of the techniques to make them accessible for clients who might struggle to understand verbal guidance, including non-verbal clients, for example, though there will be limitations in what is possible with such clients. The training takes place over a 9-month period with 2 to 3 day training seminars with a strong emphasis on experiential learning. And each training seminar is followed by a period of self-experience, of practice, of client work and consolidation. So if this sounds of interest to you, there's a second video where I introduce some of the techniques we teach in more detail, and I explain how the different techniques can be adapted and combined in different ways to meet the client need. There's also more information on the course website. And if you do decide to apply, once we receive your application, we'll arrange an informal discussion via Zoom, and hopefully we'll be able to then answer any questions that you may have. So I hope this has been informative, and I look forward to hearing from you if you do decide to apply for the course.